Hi, street lawyers. Welcome back to Street Law 256. It's been so long, but we are back. We are more committed. We are better. For those of you who are watching for the first time, this is your go-to platform to learn about basics about the law, to enhance your day-to-day dealings, your business, your profession, your relationships, and your community. This is me, your host, Aine. So today we are talking about next of kin. I believe all of us have at one point had to fill in particulars of our next of kin. Maybe you went to a hospital and you are filling in that form, you are applying, maybe making an application in NSSF to save with them or whatever it was, or you are being recruited in the army and they asked you for your next of kin. There are so many places where we get to and they ask us about the next of kin. What is the legal implication? What is the importance that the law attaches to this person, the next of kin? And who are they anyway? So maybe to give you a brief background, a next of kin is a person's closest relative. It can be your spouse, can be your parent, your adopted child. It can be any other person that you are related to. If we are to speak English, we would only restrict ourselves to blood relations, except the marital relationship. But yes, that is your closest relative who is living definitely at the time that you are filling in whatever you are filling in. With that background in mind, now the question becomes, if I went to hospital and I filled in so and so, my mother as my next of kin, what is the implication of that? Of what importance is the law going to attach to my mother who is my next of kin? Generally speaking, in Uganda, the institutions that have come closest to attaching so much importance to next of kins is in the medical world. The forms that you fill, you walk into a hospital, even if I walk or you walk into a hospital with your sister, with your brother, you still have the liberty to fill in your next of kin as somebody else, as your spouse probably. So this is the person who will still be consulted in case they need to take a major decision, in case they need consent of somebody. They will look at your next of kin, not necessarily the person that you walked into hospital with. So the next of kin is given that importance. They feel like this is a go-to person to find out more or to break certain news about the patient. But really, it only stops there because the next of kin in Uganda has not been fully embraced. You will find that I will name a next of kin, my spouse as a next of kin in a hospital. On an NSSF form, I will name my sister or my child. I keep changing next of kins. So the next of kin record for one person becomes so diverse that we can no longer tell who actually is their next of kin. In fact, on a lighter note, NSSF made a survey and found out that 90% of men are more likely, or rather they do more often name their spouses as their next of kin, unlike women. Women, it's only about 30% who name their spouses as their next of kin. I don't know what that means. I don't know why we do that, women. But yes, that is the trend when it comes to naming our next of kins in different institutions or at the different stages of life we are at. Now, the legal question is, legally, what is the importance of this next of kin? And we are basically here to say that there is not much legal importance over next of kin. Or if I may say it this way, the law does not attach so much legal importance on the next of kin. What the law recognizes is somebody different, is someone legally authorized to transact on your behalf. The mentality that if I name my daughter as my next of kin on my bank account, it doesn't mean that if I'm not around, they're the ones who are going to withdraw that money or take the benefits that are on my account. It doesn't mean that they are the next person to withdraw this money. If the person is not there, if the person, for example, is deceased, the bank can only contact this person for information, maybe regarding the deceased. but they still can't give them the money, the money will only and only be given to the person appointed by the law, who is an administrator of the estate of this person who is deceased. So generally speaking, the law does not recognize a next of kin. Be it pension, some people have had challenges actually withdrawing their pension savings. Some people claim, I was named next of kin, I was a next of kin for my father, I was a next of kin for my brother, so I should be the one to take the funds, the benefits from the pension scheme. That is not how it works. The only person that can take this benefit, the money, and withdraw and apply to whatever they're supposed to put it to is the legally appointed administrator of that person who is no longer in existence. So that is it for today. Thank you so much.